Welcome to part 3 of this little video series where I'm drawing Tortle Artificer D&D commission. This stage is the line layer. Basically all the big decisions I made in the last video with that rougher texture under layer, whatever you call it. Now I'm just going in and refining all the shapes. It's quite easy because all the hard work was done in the previous step. I've got 2 versions of this same basic brush that I always use. One's got like transparency on, set to pen pressure, and the other one does not, so that's the one I would use for the really harsh black outlines. You can see I'm doing it right there on the bag of holding. It's a little bit of a tedious process, and I've been thinking lately of changing it up, but because I have to go over the outlines with a different brush, you know, that amount of time starts adding up, and it's not as efficient as it should be. But I like the way it looks, so that's ultimately what matters. So I have to, with the black outline, I have to feather out the edges, or the ends, which it's not ideal. It's too tedious, as I just said. I don't know. Anyway, I'm thinking of making some new brushes to sort this problem out. So it's not necessarily how I'd recommend you do your line art, but you know, it works. It's a little bit of a tricky process deciding which outlines get the pure black line. I try to limit it to outer edges and bottom edges where there'd be more shadow, but I don't know. That's a hard thing to describe how I do it. It's just years of practice and intuition. Here I'm drawing the arm, and I try to use angular straight lines, as opposed to like if I was drawing a human arm, it might be more rounded. I'm trying to imply that the skin of the turtle is thicker and coarser. I don't know, if you look at pictures of lizards or turtles, you know, you can really tell that their skin is tough and rugged. And I find straight lines gives me that appearance a little bit. Here I am making a few adjustments to the underdrawing. I wanted that gravestone to overlap the foot. Just creates a little bit of depth when you have foreground objects overlapping the midground and the background objects. And it avoided a weird tangent where his foot kind of butted up against that gravestone. I always try to avoid things like that when it looks a little awkward. this player's character is in a Curse of Strahd campaign, which is why the gravestones. He's also got that leg bandolier of wooden stakes. Obviously, that's some anti-vampire weaponry. Again, that's why, yeah, he's standing on some ancient, crumbling gravestones. As always, I'm drawing this in Photoshop CS6. I kind of envy Procreate artists because of the record function. I don't know if it's tough for you to watch this with all the zooming and panning around. When I speed it up, it's a little jarring, and I don't know how to correct that. Hopefully it's not too bad. Here I'm drawing one of his two animal companions, or I don't know what you call them, constructs, little mechanical animals that he created, or yeah, I guess he would have created them. A lot of the mechanical bits are really just implied, you know. I'll do like an armor plate, and then in the gap, you know, between his wing and his chest plate, just imply some servos and wires and stuff. I haven't really done the work to properly figure out how that thing would fly and move around. I'm not entirely happy with the amount of grass. I don't like the base it's so much. If I was to redraw it, I think I would do little tufts of grass more sparingly and make the ground more stony. I don't really like the way I render the grass in any of my drawings. It's hard to do. Much more easy and with paint if I was gonna, you know, if I have to rely on the line work to draw every blade of grass, it's I don't think it looks great. I'm not sure how to solve that with my current style. I think in the next stage, I'm going to put a bunch of mist at his feet, excuse me, to kind of hide some of it. Make it look a little more moody. A lush, grassy knoll isn't really the feel that I was aiming for. I mean, it looks fine. I'm going to have to do little adjustments in the next layer after this, which will be the tone and shading layer, I think. It might be one more video or two. I'm not sure yet. There's also some smoke or energy coming off of this staff that you may have recalled from the rough sketch video. I'm just going to do that on a different layer because I don't know what kind of effects I'm going to apply to it. Lower the transparency or do some funky to make it look more magical. Haven't really decided yet, so that'll be on its own layer. Hopefully I don't forget to include it because I've had it turned off for quite a while now. This character's got some various flip-down lenses. I didn't really render the little arm mechanism very precisely. I don't know if it actually worked, but they're supposed to flip down, and I'm not exactly sure why. I guess he can see in different spectrums of light or something, which is pretty cool. Or what would they be for? Be cool if one was like detect magic. I'm not sure. It wasn't explained very in depth in the description. It's a cool detail though. Rendering his other little construct, some sort of lizard. I think it's his, it's called his Force Ballista. I don't know if Artificer players know what I'm talking about. I haven't played an Artificer yet, so I'm not entirely sure. That's sort of a spell or ability that he can cast, and it's represented here by that lizard. Basically shoots some sort of energy blast or something. I think Artificers are pretty awesome, and I've drawn a whole bunch, but don't own the source book that they're from. I tend to play core character classes the most. I tend to jump around the image a lot. Sometimes there's a little part that I just don't feel like drawing. It's or it's a little tricky and I need to relax and draw an area that's easier. I tend to tackle the toughest bits when I'm the most fresh, and then as I get fatigued, I'll just switch over to the easier parts. Usually I just look at the image and decide, well, which part would be the most fun to draw next, and that's what I aim for. I usually draw the head and face first. I find if I nail that and I'm really happy with it, the rest of the drawing will go easy. But in this one I was really confident that it would look great, and I just sort of left it as a little treat for later in the drawing. If there's anything I'm not explaining or you wish I would talk about, feel free to leave a comment. I don't know how to make these more enjoyable or informative for you guys. It's something I'm trying to figure out how to do, but not my forte. I tend to do a lot of stuff. I don't want to say it's instinctual, but it's lessons I've learned long ago that have become just a habit now, and I don't even think to talk about them. I'm not even conscious about what I'm doing, sort of, if that makes sense. So I'm not the best at explaining my process or my thoughts as I'm working. Starting to wrap up this stage. Linework's almost done. Thanks for watching. Let me know how we can make the future videos better. I'll see you in the next one.